Imagine walking into Paris today. You look up at the Eiffel Tower. It is a masterpiece of engineering, a symbol of romance, and the most recognizable landmark on Earth. Now, imagine looking at that massive iron structure and thinking, I bet I could sell that for scrap metal and make a fortune. It sounds impossible. It sounds stupid. But in 1925, a man named Count Victor Lustig didn't just try to sell the Eiffel Tower. He actually did it. He successfully sold the most famous monument in the world to a French businessman who was too embarrassed to ever tell the police. This is the story of the smoothest criminal in history. To understand how this happened, we have to go back to 1925. Paris was recovering from World War I. The economy was booming, but the city was expensive to run. And the Eiffel Tower? It wasn't the beloved icon it is today. Back then, it was actually kind of a dump. It was rusting. The paint was peeling. It was incredibly expensive to maintain. In fact, the local newspapers were running stories complaining about the massive cost of repairs. Some journalists even jokingly suggested it would be cheaper to just tear the whole thing down and sell the metal. Enter Count Victor Lustig. Now, he wasn't actually a count. He was a career criminal who used fake names and charm to steal from the rich. He was sitting in his hotel room, reading the newspaper about the rusting tower, when a light bulb went off. Most people saw a rusting monument. Lustig saw an opportunity. Lustig immediately hired a professional forger to create fake government stationery from the Ministry of Posts and Telegraphs. It looked 100% official. He then sent secret invitations to the top 5 scrap metal dealers in Paris. He invited them to the Hôtel de Crillon, one of the fanciest, most prestigious hotels in the city, for a confidential meeting. When the dealers arrived, Lustig played the part perfectly. He was dressed in an expensive suit. He was charming. But he also acted serious and secretive. He told them, "Gentlemen, the government is broke. The upkeep on the Eiffel Tower is simply too high. We have made the difficult decision to sell it for scrap. But this must be kept a secret. If the public found out we were tearing down the tower, there would be riots in the streets. That is why we are meeting here, and not at a government office." Now, why did they believe him? Because in 1925, the idea of tearing down the tower wasn't actually crazy. Remember, the Eiffel Tower was originally built for the 1889 World's Fair, and it was only supposed to stand for 20 years. So, to these businessmen, this sounded like the deal of a lifetime. Lustig took the dealers to the tower in a rented limousine for a tour. But he wasn't actually inspecting the tower. He was inspecting them. He wasn't looking for the smartest businessman in the room. He was looking for the most insecure one. He found André Poisson. André Poisson was new to the Parisian business scene. He felt like an outsider. He desperately wanted to make a big deal that would make him famous and force the inner circle of Paris to respect him. Buying the Eiffel Tower would put him on the map. Lustig saw this desperation, and he focused all his attention on Poisson. But there was a problem. Poisson's wife was suspicious. She was the smart one in the relationship. She asked André, "Who is this official? Why is everything so hush-hush? Why is he acting so strange?" Poisson started to get cold feet. He went back to the hotel to ask Lustig some hard questions. The scam was about to fall apart. And this is where Lustig proved he was a genius. Lustig realized that Poisson was suspicious because Lustig was acting too honest. In the 1920s, French government officials were known for being notoriously corrupt. An honest official seemed fake. A corrupt one seemed real. So, over a private drink, Lustig leaned in close and confessed. He said, "Look, André, government salaries are very low. I have to dress well to entertain clients, but it is hard to make ends meet. I need to choose a buyer who understands that I might need a little extra on the side to ensure the process goes smoothly." He was asking for a bribe, instantly. Poisson's face changed from suspicious to relieved. He thought, "Oh, thank God, he's not a fake. He's just a crooked politician. I can trust him. It sounds backwards, but by admitting he was corrupt, Lustig gained Poisson's trust. Poisson happily handed over a massive certified check for the rights to the Eiffel Tower, plus a large bag of cash for the bribe. Lustig took the money, which would be worth millions of dollars today, and immediately hopped on a train to Vienna. He didn't stick around. He fled the country. He sat in Vienna,